Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness Meets Entertainment in Color. I'm your host here, Chantel Francis, with my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis. Tamika, I really missed you yesterday. Well, how was your New York experience? Briefly, please. And then, whoa, we got to get into what went on these past two episodes of the Love Island UK Season 8 Casa Amor Recoupling episodes. Whoa. Okay.
Okay, so first, I went to my first premiere party for anything. I've never been to a premiere party. So I've never been for Bachelorette and Bachelor. I've never been for Big Brother, which is my first premiere party. I will say, because I don't watch Big Brother, that part was kind of boring for me.
Mm-hmm.
But
it was kind of a boring premiere, to be honest.
So maybe that was it. But it was a mixed crowd. I was really shocked. And then like a lot of them left once BB finished, and then the challenge came on, and just the energy changed. It was so much more fun. I think it's because there were cast members from the actual Challenge USA in the room. We were screaming for them when they came on the screen. They were playing music in between like the commercial or as I would get on the mic and talk. And it was just so much more of a fun experience than the BB premiere, unfortunately. So the first like hour and a half was boring. But it was very fun. So I will try to recap, do it like a mini like photo recap and video recap of what I took on my social medias, but I'm also hosting a clubhouse. If you have not joined my clubhouse, Entertainment in Color, you can join, actually have a group under there. Search for it. I'm doing a discussion to go over the Challenge USA and the recap of the party.
Awesome. So that's tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern that you're going to be going live on Clubhouse. So
8:30.
8:30? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, who do we have here? Hello, Luna. Nice to, that was me saying that we're coming. Hi, I was listening to We on Smoke on Twitter, but you're here now. Oh, we're here.
I try not to listen to them because I don't want them to cloud my opinion.
I don't listen to them. I don't know who that is, but I watch everything, a lot of things after though. I'm curious if you all know why it seemed like Cinco was mad when talking about the breakup with Cache on the challenge episode. I thought their breakup was amicable.
Oh, the breakup was not amicable, and that's a whole other thing. But yeah, if you come to my clubhouse room, Jessica. Oh wait, I don't know if you're in the UK, but
I don't think so.
I don't know. But if you could come to my clubhouse room, we'll kind of briefly discuss it. But that breakup was not amicable. There's been a lot of stuff that came out since then. That breakup was not amicable.
Did he bang Trina? That's what I need to know.
The breakup was not amicable.
Okay, Jessica's in the US.
Oh, good. Join me on Clubhouse tonight, 8:30.
Lady Lyrics, hello. Okay, so we have to go back in time, but it's kind of like a full progression. I think these are both the two episodes, so it won't feel disjointed, but I know we want to get to the meat. Part. Let's get to it. So stick or twist, the holidays are over. Oh boy, that's what the announcer is saying, and the holidays are definitely over. We do see Danica flirting with Josh, and I like them. I just think that it's good that she has someone that is interested in her, but I don't think he's actually feeling her, which we see them again later on in the episode, and I'm like, I don't know if he actually likes her, but he likes her the most out of everybody so far. So hopefully it could build into something, but I am worried for her later down the road that his head might get turned just because I don't know if he's as into her as she is into him.
Their relationship is very age appropriate to me.
That's true.
It reminds me of when you're dating somebody in college and they might not necessarily be the right person for you.
Right.
But that's the person you're supposed to date to find the person that you're
absolutely
like your next person, right? So he's the experience. to get her to the next person. I agree with you. I'm not sure if he's her person, but I think the idea of the relationship might be a good idea. It could. I just feel like he's very his age.
Yeah,
He's
that
not
makes sense. That's good.
mature.
Mm-hmm.
That like I feel like if he was mature, it might all the stuff he's doing might come off a little more differently. He'd be a little more secure because it's kind of like he doesn't want to like allow her to like run
Like him that
him.
much.
Yeah, and like
Oh, or her having more control kind of thing.
yeah.
I
Yep.
can see that. I can see that he's not really sure how he feels, but
Right.
I think, yeah, maybe they're both just don't know how to be in a relationship. So they're kind of both like kind of playing games, but not playing games. Like, yeah,
Right.
I can see
I think
that.
she is his type though.
Yeah,
Based
I think
on what
she's attracted to him.
he explained, and a lot of people are like, is he her type, or is she just taking him? But I think she is attracted to
I think
him.
so. He's cutie. He's a
So
cutie.
it is. It's a cute little thing. Will see how it develops. If it doesn't develop, I wouldn't be shocked. If it does develop, I will be kind of excited for her.
Next Tasha comes down the stairs, and this is after she just had a kiss with Billy on the terrace. And she comes down and she kind of pulls Danica over, and she does say that I feel like I completely disrespected Andrew now. And I know that we weren't necessarily focused, like enjoying her relationship with Andrew. Do you think she was just saying that for the cameras, or do you think that she actually feels that way?
I think she was trying to show some guilt. Ultimately, I agreed with Danica in saying you have to kind of go at this point, you have to kind of go with how you're feeling because you were going with your head before and it's not working and people see that. This is the first time we're seeing you actually seeing like a different, like a different person. And so while it may have been disrespectful to Andrew, I think it was necessary.
Mm-hmm. I do too. Jessica says, I agree. They are like puppy
Yeah,
love.
that's
Yeah,
it.
it
That's
could be. And
it.
like maybe he just doesn't know how to be completely honest because it's a little bit vulnerable and he's never really had to
Yeah,
be
that's what I'm
vulnerable.
saying. I feel like they both kind of just like need to mature, like season, and it might work.
I can see this. I feel I like this angle for
Mm-hmm,
analysis of like what's going on between them. I'd prefer that
mm-hmm,
than him not being into her and being more
mm-hmm,
of a game player. I
mm-hmm.
would rather the storyline or the truth be that they're both just kind of really inexperienced in love, and this is them kind of fumbling through it. So I like that. That's cute. 21, yeah, that's kind of the
Yeah.
vibes. So we see Jax and Molly, and Jax is like really makes me angry.
Okay.
Like,
This point of the episode is where I was like, oh, he's trash. Like I
yeah,
couldn't stand him before, but what
correct.
he did to Molly
Ooh,
and Cheyenne in
ooh,
this part right here
yeah,
is where I was like, oh, he is
he's
filth.
disgusting. Like, he's just like nasty and rude and like evil. He's kind of evil,
Yeah.
like
And it's
like
also the
villain
point
for
where
real.
I said, oh, he's staying with Paige.
He's nasty. Yeah,
He's staying with Paige. This is a game to him. And I don't know. I feel like he's trying to go for the Liam arc.
I wrote that down in the like I was like, yep, this is the Liam angle 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Except Liam isn't as nasty as Jack is.
No,
Jax is.
no. I think that's why he got away with it because Liam is not
He's
Jack.
sweeter and he's younger and
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of more of a puppy, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of like more of like a Josh. We'd forgive Josh really quickly, but Jax
Mm-hmm.
knows what he's doing completely.
Mm-hmm.
And the game and it's all bad. So
Mm-hmm.
he's saying like he has better chats with Molly, like like my bed will be open if you want to jump in, and he's really sticking it on her. Like he's making it seem like he's hard flirting with her, that he wants at least something sexual with her, which is like whatever. But like he was just so if I were her, I would think that he was really trying to get with me, right? Like, so then after we see Coco and Andrew, and I can't stand this relationship either. Like, Andrew and Coco aren't really a thing, but I know she's the perfect person for him to kind of get over Tasha in this moment because she's so forward sexually. I don't think that he's actually attracted to her as like wanting a relationship with her. Like, I think that she's the perfect person to get over Tasha with for right now.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think he would have been better off with Cheyenne, actually.
Like, it could be something that actually could happen.
Yeah, but I don't think he wants anything to actually happen. I think he wanted a plaything that he could stay with and flaunt in front of Tasha's face and then probably go back to her.
So Andrew feels lied to, and but they talk about how they fancy each other, really fancy each other. I just don't think that she's pretty at all. I mean, everybody's beautiful in their own way, but she's not like, I feel like there's a lot of other women that were in the house that were aesthetically more pleasing to me. And so I just, she has a lot of confidence. Maybe that's what it is.
Because, but I've always said this, like, there is someone for everyone.
Yeah, and definitely somebody who can be fighting her.
People like people, all shapes, sizes.
Absolutely.
And absolutely love.
She's just not my thing, though.
But the way, like, I agree. I think it's just that she's just sexually forward, and that works for her. It bumps up her appeal.
Right. Because I would not be interested in her personally.
I would. I'm going to tell you the truth. Like, between her and Tasha, Tasha's prettier, and
absolutely.
I would have not. I would have picked somebody else to bring back.
If I was going to pick somebody back to rub it in Tasha's face, it would have been Cheyenne.
It would have been
Cheyenne is so cute and pretty.
She's gorgeous,
and she just seems more genuine.
Yeah,
and like that would have been way more threatening.
Even Jasmine to me is prettier. Like
Jasmine, I don't even know what her voice sounds like. She said
I don't know what her voice sounds like, but she's prettier.
Like maybe she has zero chat, literally.
Yeah, no, she must, because maybe she was mute the entire time because we didn't hear her speak.
So then Mr. Jax talks to Cheyenne and says that, oh, your eyes could get me in so much trouble. Like, and really chatting her up, saying that he doesn't have anything with Molly, that he only wants her, only has eyes for her, and that he's going to go and break up with Molly, even though he just asked Molly to jump in his bed if she wanted to. And he's intrigued by her. And I'm just like, she does. I think Cheyenne, though, has her finger on this. She read him, though. Like, even before, she was kind of like, well, I don't want to be somebody if you don't think that I'm actually someone that you want to pursue. Like, I don't want to be part of your game. So she said that already to him. And then even now, she's like, your eyes could get me in trouble. And she's like, you could do that on your own.
Yeah.
So
I think she definitely got the jib of him. But at the end of the day, she had to take a chance and see how it went. I personally would have pursued Andrew rather than him, but Andrew wasn't putting out the feelers. So
Andrew, yeah, he was really only allowing Coco to be to intrigue him, and so I think because he didn't want to be in an actual position where his feelings might get involved. Like, this was easy for him to kind of disassociate and separate like sex with like what he's feeling for Tasha. And I think that it would have been too murky of a waters if he started to actually have a connection with Cheyenne. So Jessica says, I agree completely about Jax. I don't think I can take watching him anymore. Like, seriously. I seriously agree with you. Like, the amount of fuming I am, like, even more that I was angry at Johnny with how he was treating Selly, like, I am way more furious with him. Oh my gosh, he's disgusting to me. Hi, Dan. So to me, Andrew and Cheyenne could definitely work better together. They both give chill vibes. Absolutely. And just those big lips. Would you always want to kiss them? Like, I wouldn't kiss them. Like, she's just so, I think she's just cuddly and sweet. And like, I would have thought that everybody would have been all up in her grill, you know?
That's why I was saying, like, I feel like she matched his fly. And I feel like Billy matches Tasha's fly. Like, because I do feel like Tasha seemed like a fun girl when she came in. Like,
Yeah, she
And
always
then it
has the
kind
great
of went
outfits.
away. And then Andrew, he seems like a sweet guy or whatever, but he just
Sort
wants
of
to
like
lounge around and relax and
watch movies together, which I
Mhm,
like doing that, but not all the time. I
mhm,
also am an extrovert,
mhm.
so like if someone is like, no, I don't want to do that, babe, and like let's just stay home, and it's like sometimes I really want to go out, like, and you
I
can't
said the
keep me here.
same thing last night being in that premiere. It's like, that's what I feel like I've been missing in a partner. I'm not necessarily extroverted, but I love to go out and I love to have a
Yes.
good time. And so like I'll go out by myself, but I would like somebody just somebody road dog with me and just go out.
Absolutely. Like my nickname was Crazy Chantel. Like
Mhm.
up until like 2 years ago. Like I still had it, and I still can be pretty fun. I mean, come on, I go dance for like while I'm in my 30s,
Right.
Um definitely danced on many a bar top in a bikini in my lifetime. I'm fun though. I like doing things like I like being extroverted. I like being the party starter. So if somebody was always at home, like I do like staying at home. I do like doing those type of things, but I also really like having fun.
Yeah.
And I was just doing the door at a party a couple weeks ago, and like I was like, oh my god, I forgot I'm fun. Like I kind of forget that like I'm time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Totally
yeah.
forget. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
That's
yeah.
like that's how it was last night. Like everybody loved my outfit and I got so many compliments and like even like Cash came up to me. She's like, where are you going? I feel underdressed. I was like, girl, you look good. And but I was like, damn, I still got it.
Exactly. Exactly. So I want someone that's still got it with me as well.
Exactly.
And so I think that like I guess it's their age showing them, but like Andrew and Tasha, like we didn't like the relationship. Absolutely. I don't really think she was disrespecting him as much as the Casa girls kind of made it seem. Like I
No.
think she was
Based
just
on what they're stating in the next episode, that's
Mhm.
not what happened. And that's not why we don't like them.
Exactly. It's because she's not being herself fully is why we didn't like Tasha. And so if the lie is that she was being in a relationship with him because she liked him, but she wasn't fully being herself and wasn't fully being honest with that part,
Mhm.
okay. That's her being a little bit untruthful. But like she didn't lie to him like Pinocchio, like more lies than Pinocchio. Like get who sold you that line? Get a refund. Like the line needs to go
I
back
think
to the
the
shop.
only thing she should not have said is that if he had left the villa, she would have left with him.
Well, maybe she would have at that time.
I
She might
don't think
have.
she would.
I don't think she would have. I don't think she would. Everybody wants those boohoo sponsored deals, Fashion Nova, Pretty Little
I don't think
Thing,
she would.
Shein. Like they haven't gotten
She
their
would
a
have been the
million
what's her
followers.
name
Like she's not going.
from last season, who like was with everybody. Oh my god, I forget her
Lucinda.
name. Lucinda. She would have been Lucinda.
Right? It's like, sorry, I'm gonna stay here for my boohoo
I
deal.
think I'm gonna stay. I think I'm gonna, and she would have convinced him that it was his idea.
JC says you can tell Liam felt bad about what he did to Liam. Jax could care less of what he did. I think that's also the difference is that like Jax is gonna. Oh my god, we're gonna get to them. Oh my god, he's the worst. Hi, ladies, says CJ. We're getting to the slaughter of Jax very soon. We got like 3 pages to go. So we see more Danica and Josh. And Josh's pants were hideous here. I had to point them out. So did Ian. I was like, where did you find these pants? Those are something else that needs to be sent back to the store. Or like, so
But
there's one.
again, I think it's a maturity thing because he probably thinks he's looking so fly. Poor little baby.
There's a podcaster that I listened to that's from from London, and she like her whole episode title was "In the Bin," and it was just basically Tabby in the bin, like Jax in the bin, and I'm like, and those pants in the bin, like. So She does feel like a kid on Christmas, and this is a little bit more like I like seeing them through the lens of a puppy love. And so then this was all very cute, and he does pull her in for a kiss, and it seemed like a nice
It
kiss.
was
So
a nice kiss. See, that's what I'm saying. Like the kisses don't feel awkward. Like to me, if
or
he didn't really
gross or
like her, it would feel stilted and off. They're nice kisses. So yeah.
yeah. So Jax is gonna go and tell Molly that he's not interested in her. He lets everybody else know that that's what he's about to do. And he does that. He's basically tells her that, like, yeah, I'm not interested in you. I'm more interested in Cheyenne. And she was pretty easygoing about it, but she was probably fuming because, like, he really was leading her on.
Yeah.
And then he goes and takes Cheyenne upstairs to the terrace. And I watched that kiss. He kissed her like he was keeping her. He didn't kiss her like someone that just was just like experimenting with kissing. He wanted to make her feel something. He kissed her like he was going to fuck her. That's how he kissed her, in my opinion. Like, it was a very passionate kiss. It was a really deep kiss. And it was a really like, I want you to feel something for me type of kiss.
Because you're going to stay, and then kept kissing her in bed, said he wasn't going to do it, and then he kept kissing her in bed. So, yep. I agree.
Like,
but I also knew the way he did all of that, I was like, oh, he's staying with Paige.
Yeah, he was just like roping her in so that she would think. Like, why does he need her to think that she's gonna pick him? Why did he need that? Because he wanted, like, I don't get it.
Yeah. And then we'll get to that part, but
right. What did I say? Jax is just a lad's lad. Who said that? Oh, Molly, I guess, was like being like, somebody said that he's just a lad's lad, and he is a friggin' lad's lad. And him and Dami are two birds of a feather at this point to me. Like, Jax is worse, but like the fact that they were like feeding each other to like do this it was a little bit bothersome for me. So yeah, I wrote down, oh boy, though, he really kissed Cheyenne. He really kissed her. Oh boy. It wasn't one of those like those kisses that like I hate. Like he went in there to make her fall in love. So Jax tells Luca and Dami that it was a good kiss. And then they're both saying like, oh, if you're kissing under the covers, so am I. So like, I think he said that to Dami or vice versa. And I'm like, I don't like this competition of like who could disrespect the girls back at the villa the most, but we're in this together. That's not my idea of a test. It was very gross to me. I do feel like they were both being disrespectful. I don't care. Explore connections, but like they seem to be doing it in a way that they knew that nobody was going to be really happy about. And even if they did forgive them and then they saw it after, there's no way that they would be able to stay with them with the way that they were acting and the way that they were exploring these connections. Like, I was like, this is all bad news for both of them.
Oh, yeah. I will tell you when my thoughts on Dami turned. Not my thought, because I said in the beginning I didn't trust Dami. But when I will tell you my thoughts on Dami, and when I solidified that in a moment, because you're about to get to
Oh boy. So I don't know who I wrote this down. I kissed him, and then someone asked a snog or a peck. So it must have been.
Oh, Ekin-su was asking.
For Tasha.
Yeah.
I know, and I think Gemma said snog or a peck. Actually,
oh, it was Gemma, and then
I think it was Gemma.
Was like, oh my god, and then India's like, okay, guys, like, because she didn't want them to like make her feel like, oh my god, she did the wrong thing, even though they were all excited for her. But and I think they were all generally excited because it can't just be us that sees that she's not herself.
And this is a whole Mackenzie kind of vibes, right?
Right.
Like, she was so
like
good.
Casa Amor happens, and all of a sudden you're back to the self that we met you at when you walked into the villa.
So we see them getting ready for bed, and Cheyenne, she's very cute though, but she's throwing out all the pillows out of the bed, and Luca goes and sleeps outside. But I think she's throwing the pillows out of the bed because that kiss to me would say that you're picking me. Don't kiss me that good if you're just going to not be picking me. So I think that she thought that she was actually building something with him, even though she has her reservations from him as like in the past, like how he kissed her. That would say to me that he was into me. Absolutely. So Dammy talks about being in the deep end. This wasn't in the next morning. And he's like, I'm already in trouble. And then he says, at least we're in this together. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so you missed the part that I
Maybe
was
I didn't
like,
write it down.
wait,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So Dammy three-way kissing China
Oh,
and Summer.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the point that I was like, oh, I get it. Dammy wasn't here for anything serious. He just was here for vacation. Like he probably thought, hey, I'm a black guy, I'm never gonna win anyway. Come in, have as much fun as with the girls, get another couple 100,000 followers. He's never gonna get to like 1 million. And so yeah, he came for vibes. And he was like, oh, well, maybe I can get a little edit out of it. Maybe we can get into the final four. Kaz and Tyler did it. But he doesn't realize that, again, Tyler was only coupled up with Kaz for a week.
Yeah, you guys had you've been in the villa together for this whole season so far.
Right. And so that is when I had not trusted him in the beginning, and then I was like, oh, he seems like a cool guy, so maybe I misjudged him. No, I was right about him in the beginning, and I was solidified in that once I saw him three-way kissing China and Summer, because it was like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck. Because my whole thing is, you would not do that if you actually cared about India. You would do that if you didn't care. Like, you may kiss and explore things with Summer if you're really trying to explore and you're like, okay, she's an upgrade and this is who I want. But that three-way kiss solidified for me that he did not.
It's just like fun. Yeah. Just like, I don't care about what I have back there because I just care about my fun right now. Yep. And Jessica agrees. At that point, I saw all I needed to see when it came to Dammy. Yeah, no, with a three-way kiss, well, I already was done with him just from how he was acting and the fact that he was encouraging Jax. Like, the fact that you're encouraging Jax to be like nasty, like cruel, mean, like it just your judgment isn't in alignment with things that I would want somebody in a partner. And that's when I just was like, I can't take it anymore. Like,
I generally thought that he had some care for India, which is why it took me to that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not supporting, but it took me that point to that
open
point
to what he was doing. Like, you weren't
right,
as like
right. Exactly. Why I wasn't, because I generally thought, again, they've been friends since the beginning of the show. That's what he tried to make it seem like, friends to lovers. And so my whole thing is, we must have some care for her. But even if he does have some care, he has absolutely not one freaking consideration for that girl whatsoever.
Well, I think my point actually where I was like, is the handshake. When he did the handshake, that I thought it was supposed to be something cute and special between him and India.
Yeah.
And then he decides to, I think that Summer was the one that saw them do the handshake, and she goes and does it with him because right. But the fact that he's like, I don't get to have a handshake with you. Like, I have like, if he had shut that down, I'd be like, okay, he still feels something for her.
Yeah.
He didn't shut that
that
down.
was my first clue. Like, okay, no, this is not right, because he wouldn't do that. And then solidified with that three-way kiss. Yep.
CJ says that Dabby doesn't like Summer or India. He's a playa. That's all. He didn't know the audience loved him in India together.
He absolutely knew the audience loved him.
They were always voted to stay in the villa.
They were voted to stay in the villa. He absolutely
as a black couple.
As a black couple, they were never in the bottom. Like, he absolutely knew that. He absolutely knew that.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's why I said he was doing it because he really generally thought that Summer and him were going to be a better fit, or he's stupid. He's just stupid. He doesn't care.
Jessica, I'm with you here. This year's Casa for the guys made me feel icky the same way I did with Love Island USA season 2.
I think that's why they cut it short, just like they did season 2 of Love Island. They cut both of them short because like
it was getting
it kept going. It was going to go too far.
Mm-hmm. I do not have a link to watch. I was watching it on ITV2.
Yeah, and I
Um,
watched it on Virgin Mobile.
so yeah, no links so far.
Yeah.
Soon it should be up on Daily Motion. But I
It's
don't.
usually up on Daily Motion now within about an hour or two nowadays. In the beginning it wasn't, but I've been finding links within the hour.
But yeah, all I know, I was looking a little bit before I just decided to go on ITV2 because I wanted to watch it on fast speed so I can get on earlier. But
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't. I had to watch it like regular speed with commercials. I was
Commercials,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ah. So unfortunately, I do not have a link, but I use NordVPN, so I do have an affiliate link if you want for NordVPN. I put it on a UK whatever connection, and
Mm-hmm.
then I signed up with a UK address. I just used
Mm-hmm.
my family's address, and I
Mm-hmm.
made an account, and so that's how I watch it when I don't, since I can't watch it on Twitch anymore.
Right. And so for me, what I did, you sent me that other VPN that was on sale or something. I did that, and just since there's going to be a winter UK, I just bought the $39 for the year.
Oh,
and
great.
and then
The only reason why why
Mhm.
I was suggesting Nord is
Mhm.
because it doesn't do the UK for ITV that well. I can watch live TV, but then when I was going to watch the episodes,
Yeah,
it wasn't allowing me to watch the episodes.
so it's
So
after. Yeah, so if you download the Virgin Mobile app, you can watch the live and you can watch it stream
later. Mhm.
later. And but you have to set it to Ireland because it's actually an Ireland basically way to watch Love Island.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
CJ says Tamika, agreed. Dammy is stupid and doesn't care. Yeah. It's pretty dumb. CJ just watch it on Daily Motion now. Okay, great. So it is up now, which is good. It wasn't up at 5.
Yeah, no.
So Danica's feeling like a lovesick puppy. It's cute. I'll take their puppy love. Hopefully, maybe it will even blossom kind of like Tommy and Molly May. Like that, like they were kind of a puppy love. She was a little bit more, like I feel like she's a little more experienced maybe than Danica. But
Yeah.
like, if they can build it that way, that could be
I
cute,
love it.
right?
I love that idea. I love that idea because I can see it.
I can
I
see
can
it
see
too.
it. I can
And
see it.
so hopefully we'll see.
Yep.
Is Daily Motion's just a website? There is an app as well.
Yes. I just watch it on the browser, web
Yeah.
browser. Yeah.
I've done both, but
Yeah.
whenever I'm trying to cast to my TV, I use the app. But
Okay. I've cast from my iPad on the browser to my Roku. No problem.
okay, there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
So that works as well.
Mhm.
So we hear that George is a Libra. I was like, you can tell that's why he's interested in Ekin-su, because Libra and Leo go so well together. It's funny. I find him to be the most attractive. I love me a good Libra. I want to marry a Libra because they're so good looking. I think he's best looking, as I said, So apparently in the nighttime, there was some sort of hanky panky or something. What do you think happened? Was it just a little bit of touching? I'm not sure, because like she sits up in the bed. You can see that he can see baby her from the back or whatever. I couldn't tell what had gone on, but she does pull him over to say, don't say anything. But George had already said to the guys that there was a little bit of touchy going on between him and Ekin-su. So
it seemed like it was not. I don't think it was kissing, but it seemed like petting, maybe.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know. Is it
rubbing, or
bad?
like yeah, like or maybe it was like rubbing up against each other because it seemed like something that happened in the like they were in
like
the
a hand
middle.
job? Like what do you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know, like hand job. Maybe some mutual petting though, possibly.
Which is like, it's kind of, I guess it's weird. I understand her not wanting it to like grow into something bigger because she's probably like not actually interested in. And sometimes things like that kind of happen if you're sharing a bed with somebody, like you're kind of half sleeping and like things like, oh wait, no, get to my senses. And that's, I think, when she sat up, she kind of realized kind of what was going on.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because it seemed like it was in the middle, like direct middle of the night, and like just things got away from them. But I mean, like, you're coupled in the bed with another person. Like, I'll forgive her for it.
I forgive her for it, but I don't know if how the boys might retell it to Davide, if
If
he's
it
gonna
shows
forgive
up on
for
a
it.
movie night, I can't promise her anything.
Ooh, movie night. I don't know if I can handle movie night. These people, like, my heart's breaking for some of
Mm-hmm.
these people.
If they do a movie night, it's because they want to put some nails in some of these relationship costs.
Yeah, they do. They do. So Davide and Jay chat, and Jay is still really wants Davide to be with Ekin-su. Like, why is he pushing it so hard?
I don't. He must see something. Either he sees that they could win, or he just sees something because he. I don't think he's interested in Ekin-su, but he really
No.
seems to. But to be fair, so I was watching a live with Charlie, Icana, Remy, and
I'm like, who's
Amber,
Charlie? Oh, Charlie.
yeah, and Tigany popped in for a little bit. And Charlie said when he hung out, he really just hung out with Jay and Davide. And so I think Davide and Jay might have
Would be
really
good
built
friends.
a really, really strong friendship, that he really does want to see him and Ekin-su have what he might think is the relationship that he thinks that they could have.
The other part that, sorry, I just like read my notes. What's next that happened in this episode?
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the pool,
Mm-hmm.
Jax and Cheyenne,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "Are you hard?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, I mean, obviously you can't necessarily control body stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but that is also would be an indicator if I were
Mm-hmm.
Cheyenne that maybe he was choosing me, because,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe that he just wants to fuck me. But like,
Mm-hmm.
I
The
was
way
like,
he's gone on is like he has no sexual energy with Paige, and that he had overt sexual energy with Cheyenne.
oh boy, oh boy. So they get out of the pool. That whole scene ends, and he like obviously adjusts his junk because like I guess he was hard. We see Danica and India talking, and I see a lot of these conversations with Danica as being like, well, you kind of have to explore things, like, and India is saying things like, you know, in the real world, I would be dating multiple guys at the same time, and so
Mm-hmm.
like giving people attention, and
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. The only thing I didn't really agree with is when she said, I think it was last episode, was like, I would invite all the same guys that I'm seeing to like the same party, and like they would never know about each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like, that's a little bit much for me. But like,
She said in her package she's a player. She said it.
oh, okay, I know from
And
that. Okay.
she told Dammy she was a heartbreaker. That's where that comment came from the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
I the thing is, Danica is baby Ekin-su now. She's letting the girl know that they got to get their stuff together, and she's opening up because Ekin-su got all stuff her mind on other stuff. She's like, listen, y'all can't be going outside. Like, do what y'all got to do. This is the time to do it. Otherwise, you're gonna miss your chance. And we know India is her boo. She was like, listen, I don't want you to come back. Because I'm sure they've had conversation about whatever she feels like Dammy's giving her, not giving her. I'm sure she did not want her to come back looking dumb.
Foolish, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jessica says, I love watching India and Danica's friendship. I'm glad that they have each other. Like you said before, Tamika, I think this is the real close friendship close girlfriend India has had in there. Absolutely. I do think that. I agree with that.
Yep.
I can't wait for the movie challenge so everyone see what happened in Casa Amor. I'm
I don't know if we can deal with the anxiety. Like,
I'm already like anxious about that. And it hasn't even happened
it's gonna be Faye 2.0. Somebody is going to kick off on Dammy if Dammy's still even in the villa, because what he did and what him and Jax did was just absolutely disgusting. So I don't see how it goes any other way.
I think Jax is going to be the one that's like demolished by movie night more so. Well, maybe India will have some words as well.
Well, I mean, we see in the next episode.
Oh, the next episode.
That Paige is going to be coming to Dammy for advice.
Oh, I hated that actually. I was saying that I'm
And
like, don't tell him
so
nothing. He is the enemy right
exactly.
now.
And so I don't. Paige doesn't have the face spirit to do it. Somebody else might do it for her, like India.
So how'd you feel about Jack or Andrew crying to Jax? I was just like, I
I'm
mean,
like, I'm
I
like,
think that
you're
he's a
the
sweet
one
person.
making your. I no, I feel like his feelings were probably genuine. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I feel like his feelings were probably genuine, but that is why I just the whole Coco thing is dumb.
Well, and he's saying, which was really sad, but he's like, he feels like he's not enough for the girl that he wanted. Like that is kind of
But
sad.
it is that's what I'm saying. I feel like his feelings were valid, like and true, but I but it's the truth though. I don't think you are. I don't think you are, but better to find out. Like this is my whole thing too with Luca and Gemma. Like better to find out if you can actually be a couple in there than to come out and get ditched because you guys had really nothing you're basing this off except for that y'all are stuck in the villa together and have no other options. Like, come
Hmm.
on.
So wait, what I put? It must have been Danica in India chat. She wants to talk to both of them. Oh, I guess she would like to. Yeah, that's part of the conversation actually,
Mm-hmm.
where she was saying that she wants to. She likes Deji, but like she also likes Dami. She wants to be able to talk to both of them. And I was like, if you bring someone back and he doesn't, I think he does, but if and he doesn't, I don't think that he's the type of guy that'd be like, oh, I'll let you see both of us right now. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
think he would let that happen. But that's
I'm
what I was
not,
thinking that she was trying to like
but
rationalize.
yeah, and then she said also that if he was kissing other girls, it would suck, but she
Would understand. I was
would
like,
understand. But I'm gonna tell you this. So based on the live, Amber said that she had discussed a lot of the red flags that she was seeing with Dami with
mm,
India. I have a feeling that what you were saying, God, who were you saying that just now? And I said I got to keep note of it because I was going to say that I think that's what India did. Basically, I think India took all her notes of what
oh,
he
and it was like, I think that there's some red flags that I'm going to pay attention to, and I'm not going to come back and be a mug, basically. Mm,
Yep,
probably,
yep.
probably. I
Yep,
want to know what
like
those red
just the
flags
way he
were.
went from and just the way he went, maybe the way he went from Amber to her, then just also still kind of not giving her a lot. Maybe how everybody's like, why didn't they get the hideaway? Maybe he was like, no, 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 don't give us the hideaway. Like we don't know some of the stuff that was happening behind the
Hmm.
scenes. And she said she did talk. Amber said she did because she says now she's like, no, no, no. She's like, Demi had a whole bunch of red flags, and he kept trying to push it off that it was because of this or because of that. She's like, she discussed all her red flags with India before she left, and she's like, and to be fair, like because she's like, she feels like that she could have been told before she left, but I don't think she blames India because that's what I
Right.
said to her. I said, you fine to be upset with Dami, but like don't blame India for this. I don't think any of this is like on her.
She's
And
not.
she
She doesn't
just
know
said,
the full story. She only
right,
knows
right,
what Dabby's showed her up until till this point,
right.
and
And
now she really
that's
knows.
what she said. She said, and even I kind of said it like at that point you kind of just have to go with it. Oh, that's what it is. I think you were saying that with Danica. Like you have to just go with what you're given. See, like try it out, see if it works, and then if it doesn't, it doesn't. Because at that point, I don't think India had any other choice.
Right. No, exactly. I totally agree. We see Tasha and Billy again, and she enjoys being with him. And like, I enjoy Tasha with him. I do.
I did too. Even
I
when they
do.
walked into the villa in the next episode, I was like, this is like 20 times better than anything her and Andrew have been doing. Sorry.
Hmm. Agreed. Agreed. So we get a text. It's going to be hashtag sticker twist. Recoupling is happening. Paige is excited to go back and see Jax. And I was like,
I wanted to slap her.
oh my goodness. And like Jessica says here, Paige does not have good discernment. I would blame it on her age, but Danica seems to have better discernment than her. I think
Absolutely.
that Paige, it gives better advice to other people. I think she can't see the red flags with herself. She can't, and it must have to do with self-esteem.
It has to
So
be.
if
She
she
has
had,
absolutely none.
yeah, if she thought more highly of herself, there's no way that she would allow anybody to treat her the way that he's treated her.
Yeah, none.
And that can come with age, but it also can come with like, learning how to love yourself. Because like Jack, like if 18-year-old Gemma or 19, wherever old Gemma was when she broke up with them, figured that out.
She could see it. And then he's so lucky because she literally could have blew
He
up
should
his
have been
spot.
like, he's a lad pig. Like like
And
she
now we
probably
see
learned that.
why she never trusted him when he went out with his friends. We
I
see.
would never
I
never
would
trust that guy.
never. No.
Never trust that guy. He was probably banging everything that walks. So weird. Dammy and Jax are lads, and Andrew wants answers from Tasha. And I said, Cheyenne looks fire. So I think that was a preview for the next episode that I just watched, and I was fuming watching. I was just like riled up watching this episode. So we are at the recoupling now. Jay, of course, chooses to recouple. He was with Danica before. He chooses China. No surprise there. It didn't. I don't know if she was just kind of playing around, but it kind of didn't seem like China like wanted to be picked by him. Like I don't know if they're just kind of like that's part of their banter. But I was like, would you be a little bit happier? She's just kind of like, and I was like,
He was, even when he said it, he seemed like they asked him, "Oh, how did he feel?" He's like, "I'm very excited." Like, but it was like kind of straight.
yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if it's what's going on between the two of them, but
Yeah,
I'm happy that a black girl got chosen.
me too.
So,
Listen,
um, both of them actually. So that at least was nice to see because that's not a normal occurrence. Davide is a bit stressed, waiting up. Oh, sorry, Danica recouple was with Josh. We knew that was happening. They came back around. Jay wasn't surprised. They were both happy. It was super fine, cordial.
yeah, very cute.
Davide was standing there. He says he's a bit stressed, and his ego is just out off the like charts. Because Laura is like, "So, do you think something has changed?" Like, and he's like, "Oh, well, not from her side.
Yeah,
Like, there's no way that she would ever
there's
change.
no way she would pick somebody else.
Like,
Not, oh well, she promised me, because I mean, he later says to her, "Well, you promised me you wouldn't." Like, I could see if he was saying that, like, she promised me that she wouldn't, and I made sure
I
that
trust her that she would keep
but
that
he said he
promise,
didn't trust her. He says he doesn't trust her.
right?"
They're stealing the money. One of them is stealing that money, and probably doesn't.
I mean, that would be like, I think that they're kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the sense that, like, if he did that, I think that she'd be like, "Oh, he
Okay,
got me.
I
He got
like,
me.
he
He
got
got
me.
like
Or
game."
it was just fate. There was nothing she could do, because if the envelope has his name on it, there's nothing that
She would
she
have done the
could do.
same thing, right? So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
like it could be a game recognizes game moment. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
If that happens, if
mhm.
whoever like would just be like, "Oh, I knew it. I knew I
Even
should have trusted you."
even Antigone said it. She's like, I think one of them would steal the money, and even Amber backed her up. She's like, it'll probably be Ekin. She's like, although to be fair, it would be Dominic too. And they're like, they agreed. They agree with the assessment.
That's so funny. I didn't even think that anybody else was even thinking that far ahead yet.
Yeah.
Hi, Netha. Hello, ladies. Just finished the latest episode. I'm glad I'm catching this live before you get to it. Hopefully, I stay awake long enough for it. We are at this part right now, so you stayed awake long enough. He's probably reminiscing that the three-way kiss between Dabby and her in summer, that would put me off her too if I were Jay.
Yeah, it was kind of like there was no
Oh.
reaction to that.
Hmm.
But he was cuddled up with her in the night. It was weird.
I don't know why she was involved in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Unless you would just want to be the spring break girl, right?
Yeah. It was weird.
the back and forth between India and Dami with CB Gold. Oh my gosh, we got to get to it. We're getting there. It's so Davide feels
the
like
best
him and
scene of the episode.
Ekin-su and him are like two maggots that they stick together. And he doesn't feel like he can trust her because he's like no. But whether for me though, whether it was real or not, which we learned it was not, I did tear up with how happy you could feel that she was that he wasn't coupled up with someone. Like that moment, like I felt it was very genuine from Ekin-su for the fact that like she didn't find anybody. So that was one thing. But the fact that she came back and she was probably expecting him to find somebody else and then he wasn't, I was a little bit like, it's kind of sweet. And so I teared up a little bit. And she's like, I miss you so much. He's like, I didn't. And so that's part of their banter, which I find endearing a little bit. So I know you're not a fan, but for good reason. So Dammy stands up. And he found a connection that bears fruit. The summer is not over. Like, get out of here with your puns. Like, get out of here with like bearing fruit. Like, so not with that vibe at all. He turned into like a villain in like 3 episodes.
Oh,
like
he absolutely thought that he was doing something cool. He absolutely thought he was doing something cool. He absolutely thought it.
And he like brings over Summer and Summer sits down beside him. And like, I don't know if I would be that happy.
Oh, she was so ecstatic. And then like even her reaction to when India walks in, I was just like, who the fuck do you think you are? I don't like her. And it has nothing to do with her looks or whatever. She really thought that she was hot. I think she might be worse than Clarice from last season, which is saying a lot.
The fact that she's like, well, she did say like, well, I never go in thinking that I'm going to lose or whatever.
Right.
Sure, have that confidence, but like you realize that somebody's real feelings are on the line. Like you're happy to break up something. Like I know they're not married, I know they're not in a relationship, but like there was somebody that was considering him as maybe a partner or whatever.
It was she was almost giddy for India to walk in and see her sitting there with her man. Ew.
I was like, oh my God, please, India, please come back with Deji. I was like praying. I was like, please, I cannot have you come back by yourself and see this man with that look on his face, sitting there with that girl with that look on her face. Like I couldn't have it. I was praying.
So I kind of wanted her to come in single and get the sympathy edit. I did. I'm gonna be honest, I really did want that for her.
I didn't want her heart to be broken in that way. I didn't want her to look like a mug on national TV. I just thought it was just too, how he was going about was just too nasty that I just didn't want all of that.
Better that she did not. I don't like Deji only for stuff that's come out off the show, but at this point I don't even care. But yes, I initially
he's taller, he's better looking in my opinion,
and he's still Nigerian. I actually wanted her to come back single, but this played so much better, and especially since somebody pointed out if she had come back single, she would have been the only single girl in
that's I didn't want her to come back. I get the Amber effect of it all. Like, I don't know if it would have worked out as good for her as it did for Amber. I don't know if that would have happened because I don't know if they would have somebody that they would be able to connect with her to make her have that connection to win the show. So I just don't think that outcome was going to be meant for her. But that's why I was praying, because I was like, I just can't have her look this disrespected on TV. She has to come back with the man. She has to. I was like, please.
But she went full Jamaican this episode. I was so excited for her. She said, "You ain't making no fool of me tonight."
She's standing there, like when she's standing there, she's just like, like she was.
And she looked amazing.
These daggers are coming out. I was like, oh,
she looked amazing as hell too.
So good.
She looks so good.
She was fuming though. And she was, but she's still cordial and
And
polite.
holding hands with Deji, and like you said, her tall new Nigerian man.
Way more handsome in my opinion than Dammy. Like Dammy's humor
Oh no, no,
doesn't
no!
doesn't help
Demi's
him here
no
at all.
longer the I'm not a fan of Deji, but Demi's no longer cute to me. So that's
No,
how that
he's
goes.
lost all of his
Yeah,
cuteness.
no, no.
And then he's like, "Oh, I'm happy for you" and all that stuff. And then she's like, "I see his true colors now."
Yeah.
Well, probably now though, like all the things that were like red flags that she had not seen yet,
Yeah.
all were like, that
Yep.
checks.
And
Okay,
that
that
fact that
checks.
he chose a fairer skinned black girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are still
Absolutely.
some people talking about he upgraded and that India's not gorgeous, and I'm like, I don't know who y'all are. Y'all lying to
I don't
yourself.
care about
No,
Summer, to be
but
honest. Like
she's
summer's over.
summer
In
ain't
my
it. Summer is definitely over for Dammy. And and then just the next few like she was spitting. It was like a rap. She was spitting.
Oh, I know. Like, it's if you like, oh, you're heartbreaking. It's like, who made the best heartbreaker win? I was like,
so he started off. He thought he was
mm-hmm.
going to have he was
His
going to have
lines?
the last laugh. She had the last.
Oh my god, I have goosebumps
word.
with how I was just like, read them for filth. Like,
It was the best scene ever. Best scene ever. It played so much better in real life. That's why I said I was like, I just need to see what happens after Casa Amor just to see how I'm gonna feel. I just all the things that he did, culminating in that moment, was beautiful.
And she's just so composed, looking gorgeous,
yes.
and
yes.
like, you want to try to
Team
fuck with
India.
me? I'm gonna
not
get you.
Dachi in India, but Team India.
Oh, yes. Oh my god. Okay, so let's go through all these comments because like I want to get like hyped about this moment for sure. Oh my god. So okay, so this is when Dan was like the back and forth between India and Dammy was TV gold. Yes, it was. Like I still have goosebumps now replaying how much he thought that he had a one up on her and that she did not back down. Like she's no mug. She's not gonna allow you to disrespect her without coming back with the bars. Yes. Go India. May the best heartbreaker win. India won as she should.
So the comment was, she said, "Oh, I might be a heartbreaker. Do you think I'm trying to break your heart?" He's like, "I'm trying to make you fall in love with me." Lies. And he's like,
well, he was probably so that he could break her heart.
Yeah, but he probably thought he did it too. I really do think, based on his reaction, he thought he did it, and he thought that he could have both of them in the villa and go back and forth between the two of them, and then probably go back to India, and then either get close to the final or not. Oh, I think he really thought that he had it in the bag, and now he's dumped. He is going to get dumped because ain't nobody voting for him in summer.
No way, not one person.
Summer's over.
And the summer's over for you, Dammy. You are going back to Ireland. Yes. So Luna says that Jamaican girl has got some sauce. It must be pimento. It must be Scotch bonnet. Dammy thought that he could play the player, and he was clearly mistaken. It's so good. The audacity for him to have that attitude, so that means he wanted to make India look like a fool. He did.
He did. Yes. Based on the comments that he started off with, he wanted to make her look like a fool, and instead she made him look like one.
It was so good.
So good.
Dammy's so disrespectful. Oh my god. I'm so glad that India picked Deji. You can tell Dammy's ego. I know, because it's another like dark-skinned, tall black man who I think is going to be considerably better looking than he is, and he probably is like, oh, I wonder if she thinks that he's better looking than I. Like being like,
wait till he finds out he's Nigerian. Oh
yes. He might even be able to tell. You know what I mean? Like, feature-wise, like.
Yeah.
So he thought she was going to come back single. Also, who do you guys think is better? Deji is better looking 100% than Dammy. To me, it's Deji. Agreed. Yeah. I do agree with that. I mean, I love about Deji's skin is just so smooth. His skin is so smooth.
I love a tall, dark skinned man. I love it, but I
I
reserve judgment on Deji too.
Yeah, well,
I won't
he
go
has a
for
bit
it.
of a problem with
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like aesthetically, if I were to put the
Yes.
two of them side by side,
Oh yeah,
I'd
no.
be all over
Aesthetically,
Deji.
I would. He has just as much chat as Danny. I would definitely go for Deji. Yep.
I screamed when India walked in with Deji. I couldn't believe it. I was so proud of her.
Hand
I
in
was too.
hand, folks. Hand in hand.
I was so happy. I was so happy because, like, the comments that he was making, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"You motherfucker! You're gonna be that rude and disrespectful to
Yeah.
this woman that
Yep.
was nothing but kind to you and nice to you, and like
Yep.
was opening up to you and giving you a chance, and then you were excited to make her look like garbage on national TV." Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
She did
And she
not give
didn't
you
let
that
it
moment.
happen. Mm-mm.
Yeah, she definitely he definitely wanted India to come back single. She was more shocked than Dami.
Yep.
Oh yeah, her too. She probably the two of them.
Oh, Summer. Yes, you could tell she was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Why do you have such a react? You really thought you were gonna come in and play this girl?"
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna break up that. I'm gonna break up that relationship. Whatever. I said India has nothing on me."
India must have had everybody fooled that she was run by his game, because they really thought they had one over on her.
Man, he would want to see her standing up there by herself. That's
That's
so
so
rotten.
disgusting.
Hi, Charnice. So my nerves were so bad for before India came in, and I screamed when I saw Deji. I screamed. I did. No, only one girl was getting sympathy vote, and that's Paige. So glad she didn't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Paige is.
I don't know about Pages getting that either.
Well, she's gonna. I think. Well, we'll see. Hold on, we'll talk about it soon. Hi, Mary. So yes, Summer was rubbing me the wrong way. Dami doesn't seem to really want her. He just wanted to play India. Yeah, I don't know why he wanted to like make such a big play to make her look like a mug.
I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's like a show thing. Like if he thought like, oh my god, this is gonna play so good because then we're gonna get back together. Yeah, but he doesn't realize he played himself, because now he's dumped. He's gonna get dumped.
He's gonna look like he's gonna be like, yeah, that's you made your bed, babe. You made your bed. Now go to your hotel. go to yeah, get off the show. CJ said I was so happy when she walked in with Deji. She looked like a boss. Yes, she did look like a boss. Like it was so good. Like her intuition was bang on to like realize like, no, I need to come back with this man. I'm glad India did, because the disrespect was too much. Summer isn't over. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he rolled that around. Probably said, "I'm gonna say summer isn't." Oh, and then Laura was like, because she dry toast. She's like, "What? What do you mean? Like, who you I can't stand her. Like, she's basically not done nothing for the show, and I see why. Like, how much are they paying this woman? Like, can you pay me that, and I do a better job?
I think so. Dan says you could tell Dami was jealous when Deji walked in. Yes.
Oh, I'm telling you, he really did. Based on the way he looks, like they screenshotted his look. He was like, "Oh shit!"
Well, and he was also giving like attitude, like, like what, you're trying to look cool now that you look like a mug.
Yeah. He really thought that he was gonna play her and be able to get her back eventually. Oh, he really thought that. But India said, "I'm the player, not you."
Shani says Dami couldn't even make eye contact, and she was staring him down. Loved it. Yeah. It was the moment. I think I have to clip that and post that.
Oh, somebody did. I'll send it to you.
Oh, thank you. I don't have to do that myself.
I copied. I downloaded it.
I'm so glad that India has got a backbone, because imagine she was someone like Paige. She's not the shots fired.
I mean, to be fair, I did think she was gonna come in single and curse him the hell out.
I thought that was originally what was going to happen, but the way that Dami was speaking about choosing Summer, I was like, no, I cannot let him have that moment.
Yeah,
and that's why it was
this
really,
played to me.
Really...
This for TV, this played entirely much better. For real life,
I'm happy that they're the star of the show right now.
Yeah,
star quality.
Because they didn't even give us the rest of it for this episode. They're gonna give us the rest of it next.
if anybody wasn't Team India before, they sure are now. Yes,
Yep.
he is going to realize that the connection is not as good. Well, with Summer, there was no connection. Damn it, is going to be sick all summer. He is, yeah, I think that he's going to realize that he made the wrong decision.
I think
Deji
he
and Dammy
realized
are
it. I think he realized it tonight. To be fair, because I really do think that he thought that he was going to play her, and then go back do well. I don't want to say do what Tyler did, because I
but
actually think
similar.
I think Tyler was being genuine with what he did.
But like they
Based
probably
on
just watched the last season and it's like I can get through
I
this.
could do that. Right. Jax will do the Liam, and I'll do the Tyler. Yeah.
Nope, because I mean, not that Kaz. When Kaz came back with someone too,
Yeah.
so they both did not allow themselves to be in that position, which I'm really happy about.
Yeah.
So CJ says that Deji and Dami are very popular Nigerian names, so I'm sure Dami knew that Deji was Nigerian immediately.
Oh.
Battle of the Nigerians. That's why he was laughing though, because he's
Somebody
like,
said,
I know he's Nigerian from his name, and
yeah,
that's why he's
and
laughing.
somebody said that Demi knows. Somebody had said on Twitter that Demi knows that he's Nigerian and Yoruba, so he must be hot. And I'm like, but how would he know that? Didn't even think about the name. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right.
The audacity of Dami and Andrew to feel some type of way about India and Tasha recoupling when they had full boys' holiday and recoupled themselves. Oh, we're getting to Andrew right in 1 second. Jax and Dami are both trying to be Liam 2.0, especially Jax. Well, I think he wants to be Tyler though. More Dami.
I think somebody did say the only thing is, like, I don't feel like the situations were the same, which is why it's not working out. It's not going to work out for Dami. And again, the situations for Jax is not the same, but I do think Jax is trying to play Liam
He wants
2.0 to a T, to a T. Yes.
Yeah, he got the playbook.
Yeah.
Except he's a villain though, and Liam, unfortunately for Jax, is more of a hero. He is more of like an anti-hero, where you're just like, oh, he's just dumb and young, like we can forgive him, we can still let them win because he was grafting and doing cute things, but he could see that he was a little more genuine. Jax doesn't have that. No. Dami's gonna be sick all summer. Yeah, he's good. Okay, so Dan, you're saying that he's gonna be crawling all the way back to India. I don't think so. I think that he's going to come back at her. I don't think that he is going to.
He's the Aries, right? He's the Aries, right?
I don't think he's going to let this one. I don't think he's going to come crawling back to him.
Somebody said that they're going to get back together, and I'm sorry, she's a Sag and he's an Aries. They're not getting back together, in my opinion, unless they really liked each other, and I don't believe they did. No, I don't believe by his action that he ever really liked her like that. No.
Exactly. Agreed. Dami is worse. Tally did not have all that unnecessary attitude towards Kaz. Absolutely. Like, for some reason, I think Summer likes Josh, so I think Dami's going to be single. Oh, no. Though we don't want her to... Maybe she could be one of those girls that's going to go and try to just take all the black women's men. Like, she could be that person.
Yeah. Okay.
Josh would be dumb if he went to Summer.
Where did we come up with that though?
I've never heard that before, but I'll keep my eye open for that. But yeah. I never saw Summer and Josh talk.
Yeah, me neither. I'll go back and look at that.
Oh wait, they wouldn't have talked. They don't know each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where that came from. That's why I was so confused.
Oh, maybe when he came, like seeing him, maybe he saw eyes. Like, I don't know. I'll have to look at that end scene again to see if I pick anything up. I hope Summer does go for him and he still picks Danica. Yes, if that's the case.
If he's smart, he would stay with Danica.
Summer has got to realize that she's like this. It's like the Summer of Sam. Like, it's like you don't want anything around Summer because your game is dead. Your game is over. Like, not good. Not good. It's okay. It's okay, no. Dad. Like, I wouldn't be surprised though if she's the type of woman that will go after all the black women's men. Just to prove to her that she's hotter than them.
Yeah.
Because they're both attractive light skins. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was interesting that Josh was asking Danica if her eyes were real. because I was like, oh, interesting, because he's probably like maybe making a judgment about her, being like, oh, she's like wants to like play up her light skin and put in
Because
contacts.
he says he likes light eye. He had said that he liked light eyes. But and again, if she said she was like Jamaican, he probably came up with a thought in his head that,
Assuming that he had dark eyes. Yeah.
yeah, and that she was, because he said, "Oh, I thought you had brown eyes and you put contacts in." So again, I think his age is, his maturity is like coming to play a little bit in that part of the conversation.
So Debbie is a Yoruba man. I will be shocked if he goes back to India. I don't see it at all.
Oh,
He
I don't
is
see them going
to.
back together. She's Jamaican and a Sagittarius.
She's not.
He would
going
have to
back.
be on fire, and there's no piss to pour on him at that point. Sorry.
So we see Luca and Gemma, and they both come back single. We knew that was happening. Nothing really exciting
Yeah,
there.
there was nothing there.
Andrew heard what he said behind her. She said behind his back. The faces of Gemma, India, and Ekin-su was like, like.
I downloaded this so much, and even Deji's face. Let me see. It was just hilarious. Like
it, they were shocked by hearing this news. It
Yeah.
wasn't a shock like, oh, she's found out. It was shocked like, what?
What?
This is what these women are saying. And then Gemma's like, these women are bitches, and like Ekin-su's like, oh yeah,
No,
like,
I don't like them. And I was like, but they did, but she didn't say anything behind your back. Like there was nothing said behind your back.
So Jessica says, I looked at who Josh follows on Instagram, and he follows enough black women, so I'm not worried that he's not attracted to Danica.
No, but we said that the way he's described his type, like he's like,
it's like a Danica, basically.
It's a Danica. Yeah.
Josh found Danica more attractive when he found her eye color was real, not contact. Absolutely, but
I think so.
but it's also like there's a little bit more of appearing to be genuine too,
right?
And that you're not hiding something, because like, yes, it looks good. Like I used to wear high contacts in high school, and like everybody's like, are your eyes real? I'm like, yes, but like it was also just like a cover, right? Like it's just like a bit of a mask, and because you weren't necessarily sure of yourself. So I can understand him feeling more like, oh wow, she's more confident than I was giving her credit for, because I thought that she was.
I think she's an influencer, right? Like that's what she says she is.
Probably.
Yeah. So he probably thought, oh, she's putting on airs.
Yeah. So Netha thinks that the girls told Andrew more than we saw. Yes, I definitely think that it was more of a long ongoing conversation that was being had. Absolutely. And so Andrew recouples with Coco. No surprise there. And then Tasha comes out. I was happy that she came out with Billy.
Thank
God.
God.
He's like, is this a fucking joke? It's like, what? Like, you recoupled. Like, you recoupled.
Yeah.
And so like she's,
but even in his recoupling speech, you could like, he's like, well, this is really nothing, but she's the only one that I kind of sort of like. And even the girls' faces when he chose her, they're like you could tell they were like, really, that's her? Like you, like, yeah, it was not a good look. Keep going.
She tells more lies than Pinocchio. It's like, shut up, Andrew, practicing that line probably all day. It's just like, get out of here. So next we see Jax. I tested myself, and I stayed loyal to Paige, or with Paige. I was like, you fucking dirtbag. Like I wrote down, I'm like, please, Cheyenne, say something. I was like, I need her to say something. And I think that they saw how well that played out last season. Yeah. Now Laura asked them, is there anything that you guys, like she invited the other guys that weren't picked in.
Yeah.
So is there anything that any of you want to say? And Cheyenne's like, well, I thought I had something, because she was fuming. You could see
she was. I genuinely think she was fuming. The only thing is that entire part felt fake, but go ahead.
Well, she was fuming, and
she was fuming, yeah.
And she's like, Laura asked her, like, did you think that you'd be standing here? And he's like, I had a connection, and my idea of a test is different. And I was like, And I wrote down, looking for that Liam moment for real. She says he can't trust him. She can't trust himself. She shared a bed, and they trust him, and they shared a bed, and they kissed. And He says he's such a fucking asshole. He wanted to see if it would be a better connection, but it wasn't. It's just like, you're gross.
And I said the entire time that my head was with Paige. I was just seeing what, if anything would happen.
It's fucking, oh, he's so
Gross.
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 And then, like, she's kind of getting a little bit annoyed. And Paige says, don't get sassy with me. And he's like, well, look where I'm sitting. It's like, shut up, Jax. Like, ugh. So then Molly pipes in and she's like, oh, I had a connection with Davide. We were kissing in bed. And I was just like, oh boy. And so Ekin-su doesn't want to like touch him. She moves apart from him. And I was just wrote down, I'm like, Ekin-su, go get George before he leaves. He's like, can I change my mind? Can I change my mind here? George, don't go anywhere yet.
That was hilarious.
I can't believe Molly
cried, right? I couldn't tell if Ekin-su cried a little bit, like she was tearing up.
I think her eyes were getting watery, but then she's just like, no, I'm not going to let him have that moment from me, because he was staring at her with like a smug smile, which was annoying.
Yeah.
So Ekin-su was sitting and talking with the new girls, and Davide kind of walks up and over, and he was just like, you had your test with Jay, and I just need to have my test. And like, I don't think that that's the right answer, Davide. Like, if you like somebody, you like somebody. And the reason why she went her way with Jay was because you weren't showing that you liked her at all. And so shut up. It's not the same situation.
Yeah.
And
what he said, and then he was laughing, pissed me off. Like Davide's entire reaction pissed me off.
And then just so how he'd be like, when she's like, well, I'm wearing this red dress, because she probably thought that he was going to come back with somebody. And so she's like, oh, you're feeling drama tonight. Ekin-su is back. And I was like, I hope Ekin-su is back, because like he needs to be humbled a little bit too.
Yeah. So now they're square.
Yes.
So Ekin can be herself and keep it moving.
Absolutely. So then we see Luca grilling Gemma. Like, I was just like, he was grilling her in a really controlling way that I didn't really appreciate.
I'm telling you, I do not. I'm sorry. This is why I can't get on board with their relationship.
I'm not on board with their relationships, but like, he didn't disrespect her in the same way that Daddy.
Yeah, no, he definitely hasn't disrespected her, but to me, he doesn't like. I don't like. I think his relationship with her is actually scary. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
It's a little bit controlling, a little bit.
And the fact that he's younger, I don't like it. It's actually potentially abusive, and I know that people don't like, but
that word, for sure.
But I don't like it.
That conversation, I was like, she was just like, Luca, like, leave, like, shut up. And he's like, oh, I'm sleeping out there on the day bed, and like, you're in the bed with somebody else. Like, how?
And I knew he would. I knew he would be pissed off about that. I knew he would be pissed off about that.
And you can be, but how he was doing it was like, it felt like somebody that's nurturing someone to be under their control. So
no, I agree.
I don't trust that at all. Jekin says Ekin-su is hilarious. Her telling the Casa girls she'll talk to them later. I'll get the tea from y'all later. Yes, she was sitting there. She's like, I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, please, ladies. Yeah. And she's a girl's girl, so like, I think that they will tell her everything that went down.
Yeah. Just her. I'm the one sitting here was funny too. Like the one she said that earlier. That was funny.
So Andrew and Billy were talking, and then Tasha comes over and interrupts them. And Tasha, like, I was happy with her. She's like, these Casa girls can just fuck off. Like, because they're saying things about Tasha, and she's not there to defend whatever they're talking about. Right. And the fact that they were using that to break them up so that they would be able to come back into the villa. I wish that Andrew was smart enough to see that some of it could be a little bit tactical, you know? But he was fucking hurt, and then he's like, give me a cuddle, and talking about how he wants the best for her. And I do feel like he does, that is truthful. But I wish that he still had that same feelings when he was calling her fake and Pinocchio and all that stuff. Like, where it was like, I want the best for you. Because he didn't even give her the benefit of the doubt for that TV moment to look cool in front of his friends. And I'm not okay with that.
And that's why I don't like him. Like, that's why I can't get on board with Andrew. He seems like a cool guy, whatever, but he's easily manipulated. I'm sorry.
So then Paige and Jax are having a conversation, and like they're sitting across from each other, and he's like, "You gotta sit across from me so you could look me in the eye." And I'm just like, "Get out of here, Mr. Controlling." Like, but she does. She sits in front of him, and she's like, "Don't start huffing and puffing," and which is right. Like he gets exactly like Johnny was getting when she wasn't willing to just forgive him right away, and all of a sudden, like the fact that she doesn't forgive him right away, he has a problem with that. Now he
And
has a problem
will.
with her.
And
Now he's
will.
yeah, exactly. And so she asks him a good question. She's like, "Do you think that I deserve that?" And he's like, "No, we're both single though. Sometimes I think you forget that."
Oh
You
yeah,
are
that pissed me
trash.
off. That pissed me off
Trash.
so much.
Trash.
I'm sorry.
Trash.
I'm sorry. If she stays with him, even just to win the game, I can't respect her. I can't. I
Trash.
can't do it.
So obviously Paige storms off from this conversation. Ekin-su and Tasha are following her, and then it's all the girls. And then she's telling them what he said, and they're like, "Oh," and like Gemma's coming back, he's just sticking with his dick, like all these things. And she feels like she's a wet wipe. That's a good line. Like, I'm a wet wipe and a mug.
Yeah.
Previews for the next episode look good.
Yes.
This episode I thought was good. I liked actually the recap for all of it together was good. It was a nice crescendo and lead up.
Yeah, it was.
I really enjoyed, like, obviously I don't want anybody to be hurt and feel bad, but the drama was good. It was high.
Yeah. I'm glad they cut off Casa Amor when they did and got us to this point, because that's what I was saying. I'm like, I don't know if they keep going with this. I think it's gonna ruin the show, and I'm glad they cut it off because I think this is the perfect point to finish this, because like we could go into the next phase. Yep, I agree.
So yes, I do think that Jack is going to be emotionally manipulative with Paige, and she's still going to fall for it. Absolutely. But I do got to go because I got to go live with Sarah from Nerdtainment right about now. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 6:15 Eastern. We will see you then to talk more about this. Leave any other comments in the comment box below, and we'll get to them later. Sorry, got to rush, guys. You guys are amazing in the comments. See you tomorrow, and come join us talk about the Challenge USA. Bye. Oh shit, I'm like pressing the wrong buttons. Bye.